Hey there, today I have another Costco clothing haul for you. So I just went to Costco this week and I found quite a few clothing items. And actually I found 8 items for $112, which came out to about $14 per item. And yeah, I found quite a lot of things, some sweaters, some jeans, and some athletic pants. Yeah, so I'm always amazed at the kind of things I can find at Costco. You know, I go in not expecting much, but it's surprising how many new items you find each time you go in. And for reference, I'm 5'1", and I'm also in my late 50s. I'm gonna turn 60 this year. So I tend to look for clothes that are petite friendly and also age appropriate. But anyway, first up, I got this very pretty sweater. And this is the Gloria Vanderbilt women's crewneck sweater, size small, and it was $11.99, and the regular price on this was $14.99. So yeah, this was on special, and it's 52% viscose, 29% polyester, 19% nylon. This one says it's machine wash, cold, dry, flat, and it had 4.5 stars online out of 82 reviews. So yeah, I was actually really surprised that they had this in a size small because it looked pretty picked over, to be honest. But I think you just never know. You know, somebody might have bought it initially and then returned it. But yeah, this is very pretty. It's kind of more like a textured material, but it doesn't feel too heavy. It still feels pretty lightweight. One thing though, I don't know if it's the most petite friendly because I'm sure you're supposed to wear it out, and it does have like side slits. I noticed though the sleeves are a little bit long, but you can just kind of push them up because it's got like a cuff. On a petite frame, it might not be the most flattering silhouette, to be honest, but you could try to front tuck it, and I did try doing that. But yeah, I think this is not bad. I kind of like this. I love this color. I think it's a very pretty color. Just not sure if at this point I can get much use of it in Hawaii. We are actually having some cold weather, mostly rain, but still sweaters aren't something I typically reach for, but I do think it's pretty. Okay, and next I got 2 more sweaters, and these I could not find online. So anything that I can find on the Costco website I will link below. But yeah, these, I just saw them at my warehouse. I hadn't seen these before, so I think they must have been new. They did have quite a few. So I picked up 2 colors. I got this blue one and also this off-white. And these are by Splendid, and they're the Pointelle short sleeve sweater. Both of them I got in a size small, and they were $14.99. These are 72% viscose, 28% polyester. It says machine wash, cold, dry, flat, but yeah, it's not online, so no reviews. So first up, I tried this blue colored sweater, and to be honest, I don't usually wear this color. I don't know if this is flattering for me. I've never had my colors done, but actually I did think this was cute. I thought it looked good with blue jeans, and it's a Pointelle, so you'll see it has little kind of holes in it, but I thought it looked okay as long as you wear it with a nude bra underneath. This is very lightweight, very different from the first sweater, so this is very appropriate if you're living in a warmer climate. And yeah, I thought this was really nice. I also picked up this kind of like an ivory color or off-white. I think this is a very easy to wear, more neutral kind of color, and I thought it also looked nice with jeans. I'm not sure which one I'd rather keep or if I'll just keep both. They were only $15, and I thought that was a good price. I did think they were a little big, and these are a size small. They didn't have extra small. They are a viscose polyester blend, so you know, I'm not really sure if they're gonna shrink, but I do like these, and I think these are something that I probably could get use out of. Okay, and next I got these jeans. And these are by the brand Well Worn, and they're the women's straight leg pant, although they look like jeans. And I got them in a size 4/27, and they were $17.99. I got the black ones. They also had like a green one. These have a 28-inch inseam. They're 50% viscose, 25% cotton, 23% polyester, and 2% elastane. It says it's machine wash, cold, tumble dry, low, and it had 4.6 stars online out of 21 reviews. One thing I noticed, the reviewers online said these run big, but I felt they were more true to size because size 4 is my normal size and I thought it fit nicely. But these jeans do have a lot of stretch. They're like almost like stretchy like skinny jeans, but they're straight leg. So they are very comfortable. They do have a 28-inch inseam, which for me I thought was just a little bit long, but not terrible. I mean, I think you could just wear them or you could cuff them. But yeah, these are really nice. I like that the wash is just very clean and even. There's no weird fading or anything. It just looks very even. So yeah, I do like that. I've been looking for a pair of black jeans, to be honest. I've gotten some in the past, but just ended up returning them. I haven't found the right pair. Could these be the right pair? I don't know. But for $17.99, I think that's a good price. Okay, and next, I got this cardigan. And this is by Splendid, and it's the women's belted cardigan in a size small, and this was $19.99. I got the color black, and I actually had a beige in my cart, and I don't know what happened to it. When I checked out, I'm like, oh, I only have the black one. Might have fallen out, I don't know. This is 72% viscose, 28% nylon. It says machine wash cold, line dry, 4.4 stars online out of 26 reviews. And also online, they did have an extra small. But yeah, this is actually a really nice sweater. It is a little big, so I could maybe think about getting the extra small. I do feel like it's quality. It's not super lightweight, but it feels more substantial than I would have thought. And I think that brand Splendid is actually a good brand. Of course, this is kind of a longer sweater, so I had to try to figure out how to style it since I'm, so petite. So I just tried wearing it with those black jeans, so it's more like monochromatic, like a column look with a black tank top underneath. I also tried wearing it with a dress, like a shorter dress, and that's just a really old dress that I had from Amazon from years and years ago, but it's above the knee, and I thought that actually looked nice with a shorter dress. I wouldn't wear it with a longer dress. So definitely debating keeping this. I'm really sad that the beige one disappeared because I do think this is a nice quality sweater, and for $19.99, which by the way is the most expensive thing in this haul, I think that's a good deal. Okay, and next I got these tops, and these are by Mondetta, and they're the women's ribbed long sleeve top, and they were $7.99. Regular price was $9.99, and I got two colors. I got black and also tan. The black one I got in small, and the tan they only had medium, so I got medium. These are 67% cyclo recycled polyester, 30% tencel modal, 3% spandex. It says it's machine wash cold, tumble dry, and it had 4.3 stars out of 29 reviews. And I noticed they also had an extra small online. So first up, I got the black one, and I was able to get a small in this one. It is very lightweight, and some of the reviewers had said that they thought it was too thin. But I don't think this is too thin in my opinion. I didn't think it was sheer. The sleeves were just a little bit long, but I don't think they were terrible. You'll see in the back it has like this pleat, which is kind of interesting. So I guess you're probably meant to wear it out. But you could also either tuck it or front tuck it, and I think that would look nice. And I also got the beige in a size medium. And I didn't think the beige looked terrible. I mean, it is bigger. The sleeves are definitely too long, but the length of it, it's more of a flowy and more of a tunic look. Yeah, I just tried it on with the same jeans that I tried on the black, just so you could kind of get a better idea of how the sizing worked. But I think the medium, because it's a little bigger and longer, would look nice with like leggings or something. But yeah, I mean, I think this is okay. I do prefer the small though for me. Okay, and next I got these joggers. And these are by Sage, and they're the women's relaxed jogger. I got them in a size small, and they were $15.99. These are the color black. They did have some other colors. This one has a 29-inch inseam. It's 75% nylon, 25% spandex, machine wash cold and tumble dry. And these had 4.1 stars out of 25 reviews. Yeah, so these were really nice, and I like the material. It feels good. But yeah, they do run really big. Ordinarily, I like to size up because I don't like things too tight, but these actually felt kind of loose on me. And also they were kind of long, you know, they had a 29-inch inseam, so when I tried them on, they did feel kind of balloony. But they are really nice. I feel like these are so comfortable. It feels almost like it's cooling, but it doesn't say that it is, but it could just be me. It does have a very substantial waistband with a tie, and it looks like they have like metal on the bottom. I think these are nice. So if you're looking for a pair of joggers kind of like this, these might be worth a try. Although for me, they were a little too long. So if you're a little taller, I think this might work for you. Okay, and lastly, I got these pants. And these are from Mondetta, and they're the women's active pant, and they were $12.99. I got two colors. I got this black one in a size medium and the gray in a size small. And these actually have a 30-inch inseam, so they're the longest of all the pants I tried. And they're 84% cyclo recycled polyester, 16% spandex. It says machine wash, cold, tumble dry, low. And these had 4.3 stars out of 174 reviews. So yeah, I think people really like these, and I can see why. These are like super comfortable. I really like this material. It almost feels, you know, kind of like that brushed whatever feel, but yeah, they're nice. And first, I got these gray ones in a size small, and honestly, I think this is how they're supposed to look, but for me, you know, almost 60, I don't really want to get anything that's too tight, you know. So I thought they were okay, but yeah, I think a little too snug for me. Here's a close-up on the waistband. It is really nice, and it has this color matched tie. And you look at the tassels, the plasticky thing on the bottom is actually the same color, so I think that's nice. And for me, they are a little long, so I would probably have to hem them if I were to keep these. But yeah, I don't know. I think the small looked a little snug. So luckily, I also got a medium, which I think is something you should do. When you shop at Costco and you're looking at their clothes, pick up two sizes because you just never know. But yeah, here's the medium. It looked like it would be too big, to be honest. But when I tried it on, I thought it was okay. I think the waist might be a little bit big, but definitely the rest of it looked like it fit a little more comfortably. Yeah, it didn't feel tight, and it actually looked really, I think, nice, and I thought it was flattering. And I kind of like these pants, and I'm actually thinking about keeping these and just hemming them. I haven't hemmed pants for a long time, but how hard could it be? I have a sewing machine, but I really do like these pants. They're super comfortable. I think these would be perfect for travel. You know, I'm always thinking about, in the back of my head, what would I wear on a trip? Yeah, because I'm getting to the point where I am kind of semi-retired. I have two daughters that live on the mainland, so it's always nice to visit them. But these pants, I would say, would be really good for going on the plane. Okay, so that was everything I got in my Costco haul this time. And I actually think I got some really good deals, and not sure what I'm going to be keeping, but I kind of liked pretty much everything. And I'm definitely considering keeping a lot of these things, except maybe those joggers, which were way too big, and also the pink sweater, which I honestly think is nice, but I don't see myself getting a lot of use out of. But everything else definitely had possibilities. But anyway, that's all I have for today's video. And now it's time to call one of my 3 furry companions. And for today's video, I think I'm gonna call Miss Kaia. And here she is, Miss Kaia. And yeah, even though she's a senior dog, a lot of people, when I'm walking, think she's a puppy. So I don't know, what do you think? Do you think she looks like a puppy? She is 10 years old. She made 10 in September, so that's pretty senior, especially for Cavaliers. The other day, somebody randomly yelled at me and said, "How old is your dog?" And I said 10. And then they said, oh, they had a Cavalier that lived to 13 and a half, so I have 3.5 more years left with her, which, I mean, I guess that's nice, but then it also makes me kind of sad. But anyway, yeah, because she is Absolute sweet, sweet, sweet dog. Yeah, Kaia? Yeah. But anyway, that's all I have for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I do a lot of shopping hauls and unboxing videos. And if you enjoy watching those kind of videos, please consider subscribing. And I'll see you next time. Bye now. Bye.